Hey traders, welcome back to the Trading Coach Podcast. Got a super cool episode in store for you today. It's going to be an interview with one of the aspiring traders on our platform. And the cool thing about this interview is that it shows how trading fits into the bigger piece of the financial puzzle, right? I know a lot of us aspire to be like super duper traders that become millionaires through trading alone, and that does happen every now and then, but the truth is that most of us are just gonna be good, and good is okay, and that good doesn't necessarily mean quitting all of your jobs and getting a full income through trading, but being good enough at trading to have it be a piece, a source of income that, when combined with doing the other right things in your life, can help you achieve financial freedom and freedom of time. And it's really cool to see how this trader and his family have a grasp on that concept and really how trading works into it, as well as discussing what the other parts of the plan are. So it's a very important episode that I recommend listening to. Check it out.
Yeah. Dave, just quickly, but for anyone who hasn't kind of had the pleasure of conversing with you inside the platform, just give us a brief introduction of who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Yeah, no worries. My name is Dave, live in the Northwest, in a small town called Frodsham, right on the M56. Not too far from Snowdonia. I'm a mountain leader in my spare time. I drive, I'm a shunter driver, full-time, 4 on, 4 off, so I do get a bit of time afforded to me. I'm ex-forces, so spent 8 years as a vehicle mechanic and PTI in the army, and then left with no idea what to do. Thought I had it all planned out. Didn't have it all planned out, it turns out, and ended up on that was quite a while back. I'm 12 years out of the army now, so it's I've been out a fair while. But I've always had this this feeling that I'm just not achieving what I could be achieving in life, really. There's a few things that we want to do, and there's a few places that I feel like we should be, and we just always seem to have hurdles in front of us, but it's I'm on a life journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're both on a life journey here, so
yeah. Awesome. So, mate, how's it all been going?
yeah, good. I think the last session was just, like I say, a basic introduction. It was the first one. And then between then and now, I've mainly just been working. I think you said this last time. I'm probably not as far along as any of these guys are in regards to trading, because I'm a complete beginner. I started off with the same videos most of the beginners have watched. I take things in quite quickly, which is sometimes a bit of a problem for me, because I try and move things along too quick. But I've tried to just stave off of getting involved in trading or anything other than working through the tier 1 stuff, without a real goal of starting anything yet. Just going through it because I've got the time just to learn. So I'm just going through that platform, taking it all in. I'll probably go through it all again to fully digest it at some point. And I've just been on this journey, really, of looking at all the other content that's been on the platform, and also through other videos, and a couple of these things that you've done in regards to the thing you did yesterday, which I was on last night, with the tiers of freedom and the wealth building and the allocation of funds and all this stuff. So I've tried to implement as much of that as I can, so that by the time I have enough enough money built up in a pot that's, say, allocated to trading, hopefully by the time I do have that, then I won't have to learn to trade. I'll already know how to trade and can just go straight in. Because I know it's going to take a while. I know it's going to take a while for me to learn how to do it properly, and I don't want to start learning when I've got that money. I'd rather know what to do, because that point's going to come, So yeah, I've just been trying to build small bits of wealth at the moment, and it's going quite well. Ever since I've sort of split up that 10%. I've been putting 10%, 5%, 5% into self-development, investment and savings, and then just trying to grow that every 3 months. And yeah, that's where we're at really.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, when you spoke last time, you had a very level-headed approach to trading and very realistic timelines and everything, and I knew that you wasn't gonna tear into it and, just for the sake of getting through it quickly. So it's refreshing to hear that you're still taking that, logical approach and sensible approach to it. When you do that, it is sometimes difficult to reflect and realize how much progress you've actually made. Do you feel like you've made progress?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's going through it's in a logical order, obviously that
Mm,
tier one.
yeah, very.
And I've been working through it from the beginning. I'm sort of I think there's 8 modules and probably 5 or 6 in, just working through them. But yeah, I've learned a lot in regards to, well, I mean, I wouldn't have been able, wouldn't have been able to tell you when I started what any of the stuff meant, like when I first began.
Yeah.
So now I think pretty much I could rattle. If anybody, I could hold my own on a conversation about the fundamentals of trading. Do you know what I mean? And that's all I really need to know right now.
Yeah.
And in terms of like strategies and stuff like that, still sort of blows me mind thinking, man, how do people come up with these strategies? Do you know what I mean? They just pick them out of the air or what? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like nothing comes to me. If you ask me to think of a trading strategy, it like doesn't really pop into my mind as to what I could do. But it's because sometimes I hear people say, "Oh, I'm doing this strategy, this and this," and I'm thinking, how did we come to that? Did we just pick it out of the air, or follow someone else, or what? Um, so I'm still just learning through your platform, and it's been a good experience, to be fair.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I've also tried to, especially with that thing yesterday that you did, it made me really think about a couple of the goals and stuff. And I've had a chat with me missus today.
Oh, great.
I tried to take her through the first, couple of slides of that and just sit down together and say, look, instead of just like, who do we both want to be? What do we want to do? And what do we want to have type thing? Um,
Amazing.
so we've come up with some clear um, objectives. So we know all that. So now we can really start putting in a plan of action. And it's when you do that, you realize that like we're very we're pretty simple people. We don't want a lot. We don't need hundreds of thousands of pounds to live a life of freedom. I mean, the number we've come to is relatively small, and
Mhm.
at the moment, with only one of us in work, with me as the sole earner, it's quite evident that if we can, bring another person into the fold that brings a part-time salary in, we're going to be halfway there as it is.
Yeah.
So it's positive to know that, and it's positive and reinforcing to sort of see that down on paper with numbers and yeah, it's good to explain it to her as well. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing, man. And it's great that you're doing it together as well. There's always a lot of power in doing that. We do it as a family as well every December. So amazing to hear that. Um, awesome. So is there anything that like what's the next sprint, and have you got anything that will potentially stop you get in your way?
Um. So yeah. So getting in the way. Biggest challenges. The biggest challenge for me really is the fact that I'm the sole earner and I'm sort of still in this exchange of time for money situation. Um. So I think that the key going forward is we really need to come up with a plan of being able to increase that leveraged income stream somehow.
Yep.
Uh, so there's a few options to be explored. I mean, YouTube's one of them. I had a YouTube channel when I was doing a lot more hiking, and it was going quite well in the early stages. So maybe I pick that back up as well and carry on and just go into that. And then Felicity's obviously got an artist design type stuff, greetings cards business, which we've just had some cards proofed. So we're hoping to get some of those printed and then start getting those sold, which is once the work's done, that's relatively passive after that. So hopefully that leveraged income part of it can start to be trickled into over the next 6 months or so, to where that'll start slowly accelerating, the growth.
Amazing. Okay, well, look, man, I'm happy to have a chat with you about any other kind of income streams or ways to boost your current income stream. That's all part of the Tiers of Freedom process, and I'm more than happy to talk to you guys about that as well. So just keep me updated with what's going on in your head, like what you're thinking, and I can hopefully guide you in the right way for that. Just on that subject, regarding YouTube, I know there's many business owners in here, and I know it's kind of not trading related, but there is an event in May in London that I'm speaking at, AdCon, with Stephen Bartlett, Ali Abdul, and Dan Henry, and John Pemberthy, and all these kind of big names. And the reason they've asked me to speak is because of the success that we've had on YouTube without ever placing an ad. So the whole thing's called AdCon, and it's all about like how they've grown their businesses with ads. They've asked me to speak because I've never placed an ad, and we've been able to triple the revenue of some of the guys speaking. So it's pretty crazy. So I just thought I'd drop that in. It's called AdCon. So Dave, what is the next deadline? Like what is there something you want to get done, or is it just continue this journey? Let's just keep
it's continue this journey, but I've got a credit card I want to clear, which needs to be done sooner rather than later.
Yep.
So whilst this is all great, when I've been sort of putting money aside and splitting it up and stuff, I'm thinking, do I just get it gone? Do you know what I mean? With that money, and then at least we're starting afresh. I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to paying credit card, but I tend to like turn around. I don't have a problem with spending. It's like historical spending. That's the spending that we do now has been paid off, but there's a bit of historical spending that never gets touched. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just get it gone.
Let it go on. Yeah.
Because I track all
do you mind me asking what the APR is on the historical stuff?
Oh no, I'm not sure now. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. It's not a huge debt neither, so it's just a niggling thing which just doesn't need to be there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I track all the expenses every month anyway, and
right.
we're well within comfort of what I'm earning or we're earning to what we're spending. So if that credit card was gone, we'd be in the green every month. It's just the historical red bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, credit cards come with a whole pleasure and pain aspect where they give you the credit card and it's nice and shiny, and you go and spend something and you get the pleasure, but you then have to go and pay 30 days later, which is the pain. So you are literally splitting pleasure and pain through that one thing, and that can cause some issues, obviously, as everyone knows. But I think just get rid of it as quickly as possible. Get rid of any bad debts as quickly as possible. That will definitely help with your trading journey. It will definitely clear up your mind a bit and allow you to focus on the simplicity of trading rather than making it more complex than it needs to be, or giving it any sort of time pressure. I know you don't have that, but it's just another risk. And then maybe we catch up in another, I don't know, like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to just keep these rolling,
please do.
And then just to make sure, like you say, we're going in the right direction. And
it's great.
Thanks as well, because this whole sort of shift in minds. Although I've always had the mindset, this sort of structure like has really helped. But it's not only just helped me; it's sort of my parents have been terrible with money in their life. You know what I mean? And it's only now after some recent diagnosis in our family that I've been able to help, like to implement a very basic, money savings percentage thing like I'm doing for myself, only through learning through you guys.
Amazing.
That's hopefully going to mean that they don't have to worry so much, like as they go, into their later life. So that's good.
That's incredible, man. What a great thing to hear, and I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, thanks very much. Check in for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and we'll catch up again. I love the fact that we just keep catching up, just keep pushing it along, and I look forward to chatting you next time.
Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I just took a peek at the numbers, which I don't do often, but Spotify kind of shot it in my face. And man, the show has been growing. And I don't see any other reason for that than you guys doing your job of liking, sharing, supporting, leaving ratings and reviews. So keep it up. I've told you my goal is to turn this into the #1 trading podcast out there. We're inching closer and closer each year, and I appreciate your support in helping us achieve that goal. Until next time, plan your trade your plan. Take care.